The secret to having the best silk press of your life is to ensure that you know what to do before you even get the silk press. So this is what this video is about. So I figured now will be the best time to make this video because I will be doing my annual silk press very soon. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week, every single week. And on the weekends, I'm going to be posting more lifestyle content and a few more shorts here and there. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into it. So this first tip is one of the most important tips that will ensure you have the best silk press of your life. If you get this one wrong, it may ruin everything else in your silk press. And this is to have really hydrated and moisturized hair. Now, let me explain. I don't mean weigh your hair down with deep conditioner and moisturizer, because that's going to make your hair heavy and sticky and it's still going to be stiff. This is about keeping your hair moisturized from the inside out, because the number one thing that will make your silk press revert the fastest is having dry hair. Your hair is going to be looking for moisture in the air and doing as much as possible to draw in that moisture because your hair is so dry, and then it's going to revert quickly. But if your hair is already hydrated in the silk press, it's not going to be looking for a lot more moisture because it already has it. So how do you actually get this done? What you want to do is deep condition your hair every single week. Now for me, I start prepping for my silk press a minimum of 1 month before. And what I do is just do whatever I can to keep my hair in tip-top condition. And that starts with deep conditioning at least once a week. You don't have to do it like 3 times a week because that's also overkill, but at least once a week with a deep conditioner or a deep conditioning mask. Now, my favorite deep conditioner, if you know on this channel, is the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Mask, but you can use whatever deep conditioner your hair really likes, and that just makes your hair feel really soft, hydrated, and moisturized. This will ensure that my hair is nice and smooth and sleek and soft and way less prone to frizz because it is very hydrated. Also, if I didn't mention, this entire routine is also tailored towards me getting the least amount of heat damage. So if you feel like you silk press your hair one time and you get heat damage, there's a lot more you can do than just use heat protectant to prevent heat damage. Which leads me to my next treatment. The best way to avoid heat damage, aside from using a heat protectant, obviously, is to make sure that your hair is in its strongest, healthiest condition. So what I would highly suggest is either using a bond building treatment or a protein treatment, or both. Now, for me, I don't really see the use of getting protein treatments only because I solely use bond building treatments. My hair, because it is natural, it is not relaxed, it's not chemically processed, it is not bleached, there's nothing at all, it is in its natural state. I don't feel the need to use protein. So if I want some protein in my hair, I will use a conditioner that already has a balance of protein and moisture in it. So I don't use anything that's specifically protein, like a hair mayonnaise or the Afro-G conditioner. I don't use that anymore because bond building treatments do the job. Now, if you have really damaged hair that is also chemically processed, you may possibly want to look into both. My personal favorite is the K18. It is extremely expensive, but it is extremely effective as well. It will keep your hair strong. It will strengthen the bonds between your hair, which is the most important thing, because when you add heat to your hair to straighten it, to blow dry it, to flat iron it, you are breaking the bonds, or let me say almost bending them. You are breaking the bonds temporarily to ensure that your curls become straight. But your hair needs to be strong enough so that as soon as you wash your hair and add water and your conditioner, your curls can bounce back and get back to their full form. And even if your hair is prone to damage, or if you straighten your hair a lot and you do have a little bit of heat damage, this will at least improve the health of your hair. I will use K18 at least 4 times before my silk press, but I don't like to use it on my silk press day just because it is a leave-in product, and because it's a bond building product, I just feel like my hair feels way better when I use moisturizing products. So what I do is I use my last dose of K18 a week before I silk press my hair. And because it is a very lightweight product and you literally need, well, for me, I have a lot of hair, so I need 4 pumps. A lot of people only need 2 pumps. A little bit goes a long way. And for me, I find that it is not enough to keep my hair hydrated because it's not a hydrating product. It is a bond building product. So what I do when I use K18, because I don't want to skip a week of deep conditioning, I will actually use very, very little oil on my hair. I will not oil my scalp that week. I will only use serums and I'll only oil my ends so that my hair has less barriers between it when it comes to hydrating my hair, because I actually deep condition my hair before I shampoo. So I section my hair, I deep condition it, then I go in and shampoo, then I use the K18. So at least I don't miss out on my deep conditioner for that week. But if your hair is extremely soft and hydrated and you feel like you can skip it, just go ahead and use the K18. Or you actually can deep condition after using K18 as long as you've let it sit in your hair for the recommended 4 minutes first. For me, for such an expensive product, I just find it wasteful to wash it out. So I prefer to always leave it in my hair, which is why I choose to deep condition before the K18. This next tip to get your ultimate silk press is amazing, and I discovered this last year when I got the best silk press I have ever got in my life, and I have actually kept this product in my routine, and this is to use a liquid leave-in conditioner. All these tips I'm mentioning, I would suggest you start using them and incorporate them into your routine at least a month before your silk press, or even 2 weeks for maximum benefits. A liquid leave-in conditioner right after you've rinsed out your deep conditioner just helps your hair stay hydrated and almost like locks in the benefits of that deep conditioner and keeps my hair hydrated for a very long time. Purology Color Fanatic. Now the Color Fanatic is my favorite of all time. The Purology does a lot more than just hydrate. I feel like it stretches my hair. Even when I do a braid out or anything like that, my hair just is more susceptible to getting straighter. It doesn't weigh the hair down, but it still hydrates your hair, it protects your hair. It's even a heat protectant, so it is perfect before a blow dry. But again, whatever liquid leave-in conditioner that your hair personally likes is the one you should use. Now, at any other time, I always like to go in with my African Pride leave-in cream. It is very affordable, it's a great product, but on the day when I actually do my silk press, I always go in with the Olaplex number 6, because not only is it a moisturizer, it is also a blow dry cream. So it has a little bit of heat protection. It is very hydrating, and a little bit goes a long way, because on the day of your silk press, you want to use as little product as possible for the maximum benefit so that your hair is still soft, hydrated, but not weighed down. I will be making a silk press video, so don't worry if you're wondering about what about on the day of the silk press. At the end of this video, I will link last year's silk press, which was my best one ever. And then as soon as I post my new one, that will be up as well. So if you're not subscribed, remember to do that now. Hair oiling, okay? Hair oiling is extremely important, but again, you want your hair to be soft, you want it to be hydrated, you want it to be moisturized. If you go in with too much oil, you're going to start experiencing dryness. So you can oil your hair once or twice a week. I will only be doing it once a week, and I'll get into it in my next point. I only oil my hair now, and I've been doing this for a while, only the night before I wash my hair. So I will go in with my oil mix, which has tea tree, peppermint, rosemary. It's my favorite oil mix, but you can use whatever oil mix you like the Mayo Organics or even just a plain oil. I will oil my scalp really well. I will massage that in, and then the next morning I wash my hair. It's just to promote a really healthy scalp, healthy hair growth, because if your scalp is really healthy, it looks really good with your silk press too. If you start to get like dandruff and a dry, itchy, flaky scalp because you've been neglecting your scalp, it's going to show in your silk press, and your silk press won't last as long. Dry, itchy scalp is the perfect breeding ground for dandruff. But also, if you have a fungal issue like seborrheic dermatitis, then certain oils may actually aggravate that. So you need to know if you actually have a condition, because then you can use maybe a serum and other things can help, including dandruff shampoos. Now, the most popular one that maybe, I don't know if it's the most popular one, but I find that it's the most recommended by dermatologists. It is Nizoral. So even if you don't have Nizoral where you are, you can just find what the main dandruff preventing ingredient in the shampoo is, and then see if you can find a similar shampoo wherever you are that has that main ingredient. This will help prevent dandruff, because one of the most annoying things about having a silk press for a long time is when the dandruff kicks in like 2 days later and like you shake your head and it's snowing, okay, it makes your hair feel heavy, it makes it feel dirty, and you just want to wash your hair because dandruff goes all in your hair and you'll be seeing the little white flakes all over your hair, and it's just very annoying. You can't expect to use a dandruff preventing shampoo on the day of your silk press when you've been suffering with severe dandruff for this entire month and think that it's going to be treated. It would be better to start treating it before the silk press so that you can have little to no dandruff, so that you can keep your hair for at least 2 weeks if that is what you're going for. If I wore my hair straight a lot more often, my silk presses would naturally be silkier because my hair is used to getting straightened and getting blow dried, and the bonds are usually used to being in that way. But for me, because my hair is curly almost every other time of the year, like at least 10 months out of the year, my hair is always fighting to revert straight back to curly after a silk press, right? So what you want to do is just make sure that your hair is in the optimum health. And this is where I say all your little tools that you forget about to use in your hair. You know, sometimes it's just tiring. You're like, I'm going to be massaging my scalp once a week, and I'm going to be oiling, and I'll be using a serum, and I'll be derma rolling, and I'll be doing all that kind of stuff. It's so much that you just kind of forget about it. Now, I'm not saying start doing everything at once again because you probably will have a bad reaction. What I'm saying is find one or two new things, maybe not new things that you've tried that you know work, and reincorporate them back into your routine to ensure that your hair is looking really good. So for me, this is my LED light therapy. Not only does it promote hair growth and increase the rate of my hair growth, it also keeps my scalp really healthy. And I never had this when I had my silk press the last time, but this time through my entire silk press, I will be using my LED light therapy. I have one from iRestore, and this one is supposed to be used like every other day or 3 times a week. And this is because it's not really advertised on the packaging, but for me, it keeps my scalp so healthy and I don't get any dandruff, any dry scalp or anything when I use my LED light therapy. So even if it's not the one I'm mentioning, if I have the discount codes and they're still active, I will put them on the screen and link them in the description box below, as well as all the other products that I've mentioned that are also not sponsored. So you can find all those in the description box below. So if you have an LED comb, any of those kind of tools that just really boost the health of your scalp and your hair, this is the time you want to get back into being consistent with them because, again, if your hair is in amazing shape at the time of your silk press, it will look better. Another thing you need to do is ensure you have all the products and all the tools that you want to use on the day of your silk press at least a week in advance. And this is because it is very annoying and time consuming, just the process of silk pressing your hair, that if you get halfway and you realize you don't have one of the products you need, you will probably still go ahead and your silk press may not be the best. Maybe it will look nice, but you forgot to buy heat protectant. So you're scared of washing your hair because you know heat damage is probably coming, or maybe one of your favorite brushes broke and now your blow dry is not going to be as good as usual, so then your silk press won't turn out as well. Or maybe you don't get a trim often like me, so when you straighten your hair is when you want to trim, but then you realize you forgot to buy hair cutting shears and you use craft scissors and you get even more split ends. So this is just more of a preventative measure, again, to ensure you get the best silk press of your life, ensure you have all the products. And again, if you want to see how I did my silk press last year, which is where the clips are from, you can watch this video here and come back to this video if you want to see my new video right here, or just hit my face right there to subscribe so that as soon as I post my new silk press for this year, I'm sure it will be out in like less than a month. Let me know what you do to make sure that you have your best silk press in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.